Hello, everyone. This is Solani Mutseyami reporting for Raw Zimbabwe once again. I believe by this time you would have heard the news that Pastor Even MAWARIRE has been charged with Section 36 of instigating violence and disrupting peace. Can you imagine? First thing I want to say is these are trumped up charges by the Zimbabwe regime once again. He did nothing but always ask protesters to be peaceful. That was it. He didn't do anything wrong. So why have you charged him? We don't see why you don't charge the police officers who threw tear gas canisters and killed a 1-year-old baby. I don't see that police officer being charged with anything. I don't see police officers being charged for beating protesters, peaceful protesters, day in and day out. I don't see those police officers being charged with anything. But now you charge him. I don't see ministers being charged with anything when they loot government resources day in and day out. I don't see them being charged. The health system is in shatters. Instead of ministers having their daughters who give birth in those hospitals, they would rather go to Singapore and give birth there. That's what Mugabe did. His daughter Bona went to Singapore to give birth because the health facilities, the hospitals in Zimbabwe are in tatters. I don't see those ministers of health being arrested for being foolish and inadequate to deal with what they have to do. They're not doing their job. I don't see Minister of Finance being prosecuted for the fact that the roads in Zimbabwe are in disarray and damaged with potholes, that so many people are dying in bus accidents, in accidents. I don't see those ministers being arrested. I don't see the education minister being arrested for charging exorbitant school fees so that children cannot go to school because their parents cannot afford to pay them. I don't see that happening. Those ministers are not being arrested for it. Do you know how much it hurts when you watch your own people? I'm a Zimbabwean, and I'm watching day in and day out all the human rights atrocities that are taking place in Zimbabwe, and no one is brought to book. But a simple man who had a vision and said that enough is enough. The people of Zimbabwe, the citizens of Zimbabwe should stand up and fight for what's right. Just because he spoke out, he has been charged for that. If this is your attempt, Zimbabwe government, to try and make sure that there will not be a protest on Wednesday and Thursday, you are sadly mistaken. We will not stop. Enough is enough. Atichada, Mugabe must go. We are tired. I am praying for the families of all those who have gone through such things, fighting for you and I. They have spoken, knowing that there was danger in speaking out, but they still speak day in and day out, and they get arrested for what they try. They get persecuted for that by a government which is so corrupt that it's a shame that I even have to address them in any way today. Enough is enough, people of Zimbabwe. Enough is enough. When will it end? Right now, the CID need to know that the world is watching. We are aware that you have charged him and arrested him. We are aware of that, and we're watching to see what you're going to do. You're not going to get away with what you did to Itai Dzamara. Up to now, nobody knows what happened to him. You tortured and killed him. Nothing has been said about that. We are watching you. We want to see what you're going to do. This time, we will not be quiet. Fellow Zimbabweans, let us be strong and united, because this war, we are not fighting against a foreign enemy. We're fighting against domestic enemy. The army, the police officers, remember that you're Zimbabweans. You have a duty of care to the Zimbabwean people. Stop following rubbish commands that you're being given. You know that you're going hungry. You know that your children are not getting the education they deserve, but you still stand behind your ministers. When are you going to learn that it's only when we stand united that we can bring about change? I've been quiet for the last couple of days because I've been burning inside. There's been a fire burning inside me to say that enough is enough. I will not stand for this. All of you there in all the countries in the diaspora, make noise. Let the governments know what is going on. We need international support. In London, we will be meeting on Wednesday and Thursday outside the Zimbabwean embassy. I implore everyone, if there is a Zimbabwean embassy in your country, go there outside. Have your voices be heard. Take pictures, take videos, send them to us, and we'll post them and show the whole world what's going on. Enough Enough is enough. I cannot take this anymore. There will be people who support Mugabe, and they are going to post all sorts of negative comments to what my message has been today. They'll say all sorts, but I don't care. I'm not posting this for you. I'm posting for the true Zimbabwean child of God. I'm posting this message for the true supporters, the ones who believe in justice and peace, the ones who are fed up with Mugabe. 36 years of rule. One man. That's not normal. You're a dictator, Mugabe. You and your ministers, you're all dictators, thugs. I implore you, with the love of God, please let us stand united. A vision is stronger than you and I. A vision is for the whole wide world. And the vision that Pastor even MAWARIRE has put forward is that we should be united, that we should break free from the bondage that has been put on us by a corrupt regime for years and decades. Let us liberate ourselves now and free our children. Let us leave a legacy for our children to enjoy. Zimbabwe is a beautiful country, and it still has so much potential. But we need to get rid of all those corrupt ministers. You ask for monetary fund from the IMF. They have told you that you should take away your deputy ministers. Why do you have deputy ministers? Why do you pay them? What job are they doing? Every minister in Zimbabwe, what job are you doing? Hospitals in tatters, schools not running well, roads a disaster, the banking system ridiculous. People cannot even take up money to do anything. They have to stand in long queues. That is not normal. And you want to bring bond notes on top of it all. You should all be ashamed of yourself. Anybody who's got a part to play in this Zimbabwe regime, you should be ashamed of yourself. You were elected by the people to serve the people, not to serve one man. You can all stand up against Mugabe. I'm imploring every minister, forget about the money. Think about your soul. Where will you go after you leave this life? With what you're doing to the people of Zimbabwe, torturing them day in and day out. I ask you kindly, everyone who's listening and everyone who's viewing me right now, forward this message to as many people as you want. I apologize to anyone I've offended, but to be honest, if you're part of the Zimbabwe regime, I don't give. To be honest, I don't care. Enough is enough. Thank you all for watching, and let's please stay strong. Let us please stay strong. Let us work together. Let's not fight one another. Just because this movement was started by a politician doesn't mean that it's a wrong cause. It is a cause to unite the citizens of Zimbabwe. God bless you all.